Hey there guys, it's Ali from Empire and I'm back at one of my ongoing projects here in Rotherham. So I'm going to show you guys around all the progress that we've made. Today is day 3 of this property renovation that I've sourced for an investor, completely fully hands off. So this is the second skip out in front of the property. So for starters, a little bit quick chip and an insight. This is how you fill a skip. Make sure everything is placed flat, nice. You can get away with pretty much filling it double the size of a skip and pretty much saving you guys a bunch of money and costs. So make sure you stack everything up to the side. Make sure you put everything that's flat, everything filled up from the bottom, middle, heavy stuff like soil, all that stuff needs to be done at the bottom first. Anything's like, pretty much like what you can call, refrigerators. Make sure you open the doors, break the doors out, fill the insides with rubbish, and just utilize everything correctly, everything stacked up, and don't just throw it all over in the skip. Regardless, so far what's been done, the front has all been completely brushed and cleared up, so pretty much that was done at the beginning, first stage, for us to be able to place the skip nice and level. Walking around a little bit more, we've taken out all the bins, so we've filled out all the bins, waiting for the council to come and just collect the bins as we do the refurbishment. That pretty much saves us some costs of pretty much on the skips and everything, just kind of filling out the normal black bins as we do the refurb. Once every week they come and take it. We're in this project for about 2 months, so that's a couple bits of rubbish going regularly as well. That's Corab getting his hands dirty as always, main man himself, obviously captain of the refurb team. That's ready as well, coming up. And scrap metal has come out front, so generally speaking we've put all the scrap metals in the front for the scrap metal people to come and just take it. I'm going to show you guys around so far. So as you know, it's going to be having a brand new front UPVC door. Radiators are there for the scrap people. Glasses are broken, but we're going to have all the glasses already. They have been measured and have been ordered, so we're going to have glasses coming in. So coming inside, what to show you guys around. So far, as you can see, coming from the main thing, radiators have been stripped, initial skirting boards and all architraves and all the woodwork has been all stripped out. It's coming into the dining area or the lounge area. As you can see, the beginning front layer of the wallpapers have all been stripped off. Central heating has been taken care of, so all the central heating pipes that are running across here, all of that's been taken out. All the old lead and copper pipes and everything has been cut. Pretty much this is what they all look like, pretty much. So that's all been taken care of. Coming on, that's the front door that we're potentially going to be having replaced, brand new there. As mentioned, skirtings and architrave have all been replaced. The old chimney area has been removed. The old sort of what you can call the actual fireplace was just something that was there, wasn't actually integrated. So that's all been removed and taken care of. And coming across, again, as mentioned, the initial bits of wallpaper have been taken off. So this is how the front layer of wallpaper is. And now we're left with the sort of papery stuff. And the way to get this off is now we just wet the wallpaper with water, and this stuff peels off incredibly easy, leaving the original plaster area left after that. One thing to mention as well, obviously this property will be EPC C+. We've already had the energy performance certificate carried out and the draft assessment carried out. So pretty much based on the old EPC report, we need to get external board installation on the walls. It's already got apparently loft installation, everything. We'll make sure to double check that and ensure that's all good. It's going to need a new boiler and everything, although it does have a new central heating system already in. But regardless, everything's going to be done from top to bottom. New central heating, new electrics, EPCC and all that. But obviously these front walls will become externally board insulated, which is the plasterboard with the insulation on as well. Now coming across a little bit further, as you can see, strip out's on the way, strip out's gone ahead so far. So like I mentioned, we've taken out quite a few things. In this case, we've taken out the entire frame here to allow nice and basically to allow it to be done nicely and properly, as it wasn't something that we could keep. Plus for this property, as mentioned previously, it does already have pretty much a new kitchen. So we're going to be keeping some of the actual cabinets and everything. We're going to reorganize everything across here, add a few extra cabinets. It's got a nice new sink, so we can keep things like this sink. Also, it's going to need a new worktop. General things need to be changed around. New boiler, new central heating, whatever. But at the end of the day, we do these properties for investors. So we basically source the house, and we also give that guaranteed refurb figure to achieve the end value. So we know exactly what to do, where to cut the corners, what to cut across to be able to ensure the high end value is achieved and everything is done seamlessly. And we always do it at a fixed price guarantee. So for example, this house that I'm in now, £20,000 at fixed price guarantee, plus a small contingency of like £1,000 or whatever on top of it, so call it £29,000 at the fixed price guarantee, not a penny over for the investor, and it'll be done and delivered within the timescale that we've already agreed. In this case, will be under the 2 months, for example. Coming into the bathroom, everything's been redone in terms of strip out wise. So we've taken out the bathtub that was here, the sink, the toilet, all of that's been taken care of. Broken down all of the previous tiles that were here just to allow it to be nice and clean for us when we're going to be putting on the cladding. Still little bits of wallpaper to be stripped, but we're getting onto that in a very, very small bit. And pretty much that's it for now. In terms of flooring wise, we had tiles here, so we just stripped that back and we're going to be scraping the floor nice and clean to ensure that we can stick on the actual new flooring that we're going to be doing, which will be the vinyl and everything. Window glass, so we're going to need new glass for this side as well, so that's something that will be taken care of. As mentioned, we purchased this one on auction, so I hadn't even seen it, just a video of it, and it was in a very, very bad state, and I'll show you more how much of a bad state it was. Things like this door, believe it or not, we're going to actually keep this door. It's going to be sanded, repainted, and taken care of, new handles and everything. So this is places where we actually save on some costs. Again, we're not going to strip out this frame. It's a nice clean frame. We'll just sand it, re-rub it, and make sure that it's all done. But obviously we will have new architraves and stuff coming across it as well. And again, this bathroom will be entirely cladded from top to bottom. Coming into this little bit of a back room over here, we're going to have external board insulation preventing any bits of damp. We're going to be cladding off part of this room to ensure that it's all sorted. Like I mentioned on the previous update video, which was shot 3 days ago, when I picked up the keys for this house, we've got a brand new fuse box as well. So although it's going to be having a brand new rewire, we can save cost of like about 100 to £200 on things like this brand new fuse box, which is great. Yippee. So yeah, now I'll take you guys up to the back garden. Before I go there, obviously we changed the locks and everything, so we got brand new locks put in as this back door lock wasn't working. We'll be needing to change this handle, but we'll be keeping this back door. We just give it a little bit of a clean and a little bit of a touch up in terms of fixing up what needs to be done. But we'll be keeping this brand new, well not brand new, but we're keeping this UPVC back door with brand new locks and everything, fully changed and secured. Back garden, as you can see, huge transformation. It was filled with rubbish. We've already had the first skip gone, that's the second skip over there. And the way we've obviously done it is all the wood always gets burnt in the back, so literally all the skirtings, architraves, everything that we've stripped out from the property, including all the wood that was already in the garden, all gets burnt off on the back just to save on things like the skip. We're now pretty much raking off all of the extra rubbish and rubbles and stuff, taking them up to the skip, but this has all been taken care of completely, and the garden will be cleared up incredibly fast very, very soon. In terms of the actual appearance of the property, we're not really doing too much on exterior, apart from obviously cleaning up and making sure it's done well, changing up the stop tap of water, that's all needs to be fixed up. Again, glasses, all that stuff need to be sorted, but generally speaking, we're just going to be giving the outside a nice brush clean, ready for the new value and the new tenants and stuff to come across and play. Now obviously beginning starters of electrics have pretty much started, and the central heating, which I'll show you more. As mentioned, the majority of central heating pipes is over starting to be cut out and sorted. We're going to be moving off all of these electric stuff, all the cooker stuff and everything as usual, and keep you updated as obviously the progress comes on and continues. Without further ado, let's go upstairs for me to show you guys more of what needs to be done and what is going to be happening. So as mentioned previously, we need new glass over here. Somebody shot this with BB pellet rifles or whatever. When a house gets derelict, it's empty. I mean, this house was empty for like a year or 2 years or whatever. It was previously an ex-grower house. You know, it just gets trashed around. People start fly tipping in the rear garden, which is what happened. A bunch of rubbish in the back garden. So all that stuff gets taken care of, obviously. You know, like I mentioned, new back window, all to be sorted. All of this will be replastered. Everything will be entirely replastered from top to finish. A little bit of a headache, obviously, getting off these wallpapers. All of this needs to be wetted, stripped back. A little bit of time-consuming aspect of things, but that's generally how a refurb goes. You know, some things that pretty much vary on a refurb, you know, might be the labor cost of actually the strip out stage, just because sometimes wallpaper is easy to come off in some areas it might take a little bit of a while just to pretty much strip out the wallpaper. Coming into the front room, as you can see so far, all of this wallpaper has been gone, and that's the front layer of the wallpaper, which was pretty much this stuff. Now we're very, very small left with the back paper layer, but the rest of this stuff is what we're going to be skimming over. This is the original sort of walls there. We're not going back to the brick, this bonding behind it, and the original sort of base layer bonded walls over here. So we'll just give a light skim on this room, for example. Apart from the front walls, obviously these are external walls, so these will be plasterboarded with insulation. So this will be fully plasterboarded with insulation foams and everything. So that will all be taken care of. Again, all the woodwork, skirtings, architraves, all the copings and stuff, all being taken out and put into the fire, and all being burnt off now. And again, as mentioned, obviously electrics is all going to be pulled through on most ends of things over here. and central heating stuff has been sorted, radiators been stripped out and everything. And this room will most likely just be plastering and painting it, which is like a little cupboard in the back over here. And let's go on to the second bedroom. So coming on to the second bedroom, as you can see so far, we have stripped off majority of the wallpapers. First layers still now left with the base layer, which will all be wetter than coming off very, very soon. All the skirting boards have been stripped out on some of the parts where the walls were brittle. Obviously we've gone back to the original brick, but this will all be bonded up and sorted. This isn't an external wall, so we just literally be bonding and plastering over this one. But this one is an external wall, so this will have external board insulation on it. So again, as mentioned, the wallpaper's off, this and that, left to the old layer, and so on and so forth. Started off the initial works for the central heating stuff, so that's the hot and cold, and those pipes are heading down towards the boiler, which we'll be sorting out and everything from top to finish. Radiator out, skirting boards out, whatever. All of these plug sockets, we're going to be chiseling them into the walls and making sure the rewire is done correctly. Again, as always, we get brand new certificates for EICR and gas certificates and building regs and everything from start to finish. I mean, we do the refinancing process for the investor, everything fully hands off. We get it rented out, so on and so forth, which I'm sure you guys all know about anyway. On to the third bedroom, last final bedroom. Again, as mentioned, central heating pipes and everything from there. Skirting boards have all been stripped out. Wallpaper's gone. This will be external board insulated. In this case, we've taken out some of the doors. We might keep some of the doors. We'll see how the condition is on some of them, but we might change a few of them. Again, as mentioned, architraves will be coming across, skirting boards will be coming across, and that's pretty much it. I mean, this is, like I said, a property we sourced for an investor. This investor is actually an overseas investor. He is from England originally, but he now works overseas, and we've got multiple types of investors. But basically, I sourced this property on auction for him, so I've done the numbers for him, projected numbers. We bid it on auction at a purchase price of 69,000 plus a bunch of fees. I'll get a breakdown of the cost I did mention on the previous video. And again, gave him the breakdown of the cost as always, with the guaranteed refurb numbers and all the costs that were being projected and the end value and so on and so forth. We completed on this one within a fast 28-day cash purchase, as we always do. Once we buy these properties cash, we renovate them cash, we do the entire works cash, and then we get them rented out. And then after we hit that 6-month time period, that is when we go for the refinancing stage and generally get money back into the investor's bank account within, let's say, month 6 to month 8, usually speaking. Now, one thing to basically might mention is that if you guys are looking for me to be able to source you a property just like this one, you've got, let's say, about 100, 110, 120,000, 90,000-ish cash, around that sort of figure, 88. That's generally what the minimum level requirement for purchase. Let's say you're buying it for 60 plus you're spending 20 plus a bunch of legal fees and stamp duty costs and everything. That's where you guys need to be in terms of the full cash investments. Then by all means, fill out your details down below on the website www.rmempire.co.uk. I would love to be able to have a chat with you guys, be able to source your property just like this and deliver it for you and grow your portfolio completely hands off at a superb investment return. And by all means, fill out your details down below. As mentioned, we've got multiple investors, big corporate investors. We do a lot of these projects ongoing. We've got multiple ongoing as well, and we are doing multiple at the moment now. And again, like I mentioned, multiple on the process of legal stages that we're going to be completing on and getting the keys very, very soon. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and that thumbs up button. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to fill out your details down below if you're an investor looking to invest. And take care, guys. Bye bye.